It's not bad on the sectors. The headshots were a little off. But. Well, we were out in Genesee County. I was at the Veterans Cemetery Town Hall in Corfu, which is obviously a very important issue to a number of veterans across Western New York. And we wanted to pop out here and see a local business, a business that actually won Business of the Year just recently. But the idea of being able to rent a firearm before you have to buy a firearm, that's unbelievably a novel concept. There are not a lot of ranges or businesses that I'm aware of that allow gun owners or prospective gun owners to be able to fire a weapon before they've ever purchased it. And in fact, I had a guy here who's firing for the first time, firing a rifle today, which is pretty neat. You know, a number of veterans I know have come here and found this to be sort of a therapeutic community to come to and get some range time as well as some camaraderie. So we just wanted to pop in and support a business that supports responsible gun ownership, which I think is more and more important today.
You got to put it back on safe as well. Right in that muscle.
I think it's great for, certainly if you've never been around firearms, if you didn't grow up around firearms, to come here, it really, I think, enforces that safety's paramount.
Always keep our gun pointed in the safest possible direction relative to the circumstances, right? So when we say the safest possible direction, a lot of people naturally assume that we mean muzzle down, okay? Problem with muzzle down, specifically in here, we have a concrete floor, okay? So if we had a discharge into the concrete floor, in all likelihood, somebody's leaving with less blood than they came with. So that's not a great idea, right? So I would suggest that here in this building, right, downrange obviously is going to be the primary safest possible direction, followed by muzzle up, right? Okay. So when myself or Tyler give you one of our rental guns here, we're going to give it to you with a chamber flag in it, indicating that there's no ammunition present, at least in the chamber of the gun, right? So we'd like to get it back in that same condition, and we'd also like it to be transported muzzle oriented up onto the range, facing downrange. We'll do all of our loading and unloading procedures facing downrange.
But at the same time, this is a place, I think, to come and get educated, and also you can be around a rifle, be around firearms without that fear or that stigma. You can sort of break that down and have a little fun, go out on a range, fire at some targets. But I think it's also important for Genesee County. I mean, I got to imagine there are people who will come from all over, not only Genesee County, but Western New York, because I don't know of any other, or a lot of other places like this that offer what they're offering here. So I got to fire a couple firearms that I was looking at buying, and I have a better idea now of which one I may purchase. So for me, it was a little bit of business and a little pleasure. In a day-to-day sense, it doesn't really change what Rob Ortt's doing. Obviously I still represent my Senate district, and I continue to move around the district to introduce myself to voters, raising money, making voter contact, which we're going to do tonight at Ken's charcoal pit here in Batavia. So that's really, for us, it doesn't change what our focus is. We don't know exactly what the process will be. If there's a special election called, it will probably involve the 8 county Republican chairs, and so I've established a lot of relationships with those individuals for the better part of a year and a half now, and so whatever that process is, we'll be prepared to go through that process. I can't control when the governor is going to call it, and I certainly can't control what any other candidate may do. I have a ton of respect for David. I got to see him in Geneva a couple weeks ago, which was the first time I've seen him in a little while. I have the utmost respect for him. He's going to do what the rest of us that have entered in the race have already done. He has to decide what's the best decision for him, for his family, and whether he's willing to sort of make that sacrifice for the betterment of the district and the country. He's obviously done it before, so we'll see if he's in that right spot today. But those are out of my direct control. We'll see what happens there. But right now we're focused on meeting voters, getting on the district, introducing people to Rob Ortt, where I am on the issues, my story, and I think we're in a good position today as we move forward doing that.